Hello, everyone.
Hello,
Welcome to the
hello.
second day, I should say, the second day of the DPL Season 2 playoffs. I'm TH Pine. I'm joined here by Revive or Reviv. I just ask. He doesn't care. Both are fine. I've been told.
Oh, it's true.
So yesterday was the first big day of the playoffs, and today we're playing the first game of the loser bracket. Yesterday's games were Macer versus Flogel and Fierce versus BTG. BTG and Macer taking the wins, and that brings us to a match between Fierce and Flogels today. Flogel, it's Team Flogel, not Flogels, I believe. So
Yep,
yeah, looking forward to it. I think it's going to be interesting. I think both teams should probably be around the same skill level. Maybe
for
Fierce
sure.
is a little bit of a favorite here, but probably not by much. Or what's your impression of those teams so far?
That's about where I would say as well. I anticipate it to be a really good game. I would say that Fierce is a favorite, but I wouldn't say that it's like a you wouldn't be crazy for picking Flogel if you wanted to.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So
a good way to put it.
yeah.
I'd say. Um, it's also represented by the standings. Flogel scored fourth place. Um,
hmm
so Fears was ahead by a few points, but not by much. I think only 1 point actually. And yeah, I mean, they both lost the first round, but
hmm
they lost to very good teams. So don't get fooled here. This is the losers bracket, but these two teams still scored really far up in the main season
Yeah, absolutely.
standings, and we definitely like. It's always like it always. There's always it's easy to think, oh, these are not good teams, but you always have to consider, like at the start of the season, we did a 28 team qualifier. The top 8 teams made it into DPL, and now we have the top 4 teams of those teams being in the playoffs. And out of these top 4 teams, we have now the 2 who lost the first round. Like, this is by no means like a small achievement. Like, they made it to the end. We're at the top here, absolutely. So don't get fooled. We have amazing players here, great teams. It's going to be really exciting. We're going to see a lot of great plays, I'm sure, and I'm definitely looking forward to it and see how it goes. So yeah, teams are getting ready. I think they're actually queuing in already. We should be good to go any moment. Let's take a look. They're actually in already. Let me go over the teams really quick so we know who's playing today. For Fierce, we have Adaxi, Kaiku, Diagra, Marbles, and Stars. That's the same lineup they had yesterday, and which is basically their main lineup, if I'm not completely mistaken.
hmm
And for Flogel, we have Flogel himself, Kuko, Ghetto, Tommy, and Tigerman. I don't think Tigerman played yesterday, so
Man
he
did
is
not
not
play yesterday.
playing.
That's correct.
Yeah. So interesting to see if that changes their performance to yesterday. Trying to join the game, but the game is not cooperating. I should be good to go in a moment, though. So yeah, we're loading in, and we're about to start. We will probably see a little bit of Dome again today, so I'm looking forward to that. I think the new tile set is a great change to the competitive flow. It's definitely a bit weird, weird. It has been a bit of a weird week with a Gunpla 2.0 and Dome just releasing right before the playoffs. But it's been fun so far. I like seeing the change of pace, teams trying to adapt to it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to more Dome at Gunpla 2.0 today. So we'll find out on our first map here, which is not Dome. It's a factory map. It's called Westward Trouble. Fierce is on the attack first, and we have a double office map here with a huge multi-floor toxic. I love look at the design of this toxic.
I love it.
This is an amazing room with an over under, 2 big tanks, a red door, then 2 entries. And power is not even in toxic, which have become a meme. So I'm impressed by this toxic. I like it. However, it doesn't look like Fierce likes it. They seem to neglect it and want to go with the split push through service, which is the green entry, and south office, which is a red door instead. There are also some weird drawings on the truck. What is that supposed to mean? Is the attacker truck pooping or something? I don't know. I'm not sure if you can actually see that on the stream, but I see it. Sometimes not all drawings are synced, so if you miss something I'm mentioning, then that's probably why. But yeah, Fierce is setting up a pretty complex attack plan. 2 people office, 3 servers. They want to take the high ground on the catwalk into North Office, and then keep an eye on bomb from there across the map. Seems like Flogel has oh, interesting, but wire placement on shelving between the office and the high ground. That's an interesting position. I mean, okay, yeah, it's the route down from servers into the southern part of the map, so that makes sense. They're also about in toxic, but that's probably not where Fierce is going. We'll see if they actually pick power. They have a line drawn towards it, so they might. Tiggerman is setting up in Toxic. He might be able to react to servers. Actually, there's no line of sight. He will have to rotate if he wants to do that. We have Gatto watching server entry with the Gross, and Tommy will be able to help him out. Flogel is sitting in South Office waiting for the breach to happen. He's really close to the door, though, isn't he?
He's dangerously close to the door there for
He's,
sure.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we've
It's
just
only
got
going
our
to be
first
the argument there.
in. We got a smoking now onto shelving. It does look like 4 players actually can be entering into server here. They do hit the power right away. That didn't look like it was light on to begin with, though. That's a little glitch we've been seeing lately where some of the factories don't quite have the power working right. But the lights are out now. There's the first flare is out from Flogel down on the shelving. That barb is still down there, though. And actually trying to see if he can swing on this barb. There are no grenades. Oh, he's trying to pick up the flare, and he does. He gets the flare all the way out there. Kuko's like, no worries. I got another one. And actually takes it all the way outside, unnecessarily far, but it's out of the way now. That's going to prevent the vision as the first shots come out. Dai is able to take down Flogel there on that high ground. But Kuko immediately with the mop just shuts down Marbles. Trying to peek through there, that's huge. That is the saber on the ground. That is a huge advantage here for Kuko, for them trying to get through this barb. There are no nades up for Fierce. They're not going to be able to stop it. A flash rings out in Toxic. Smoke comes out. Ghetto trading shots. He goes down. Kuko trying to see if he can get some damage too, but that flash goes off right on top of him. He can't see a thing as he's flashed and finally taken down there now. All that's left are Tommy and Tigaman seeing what they can do. Tigaman up in this office might be able to do some damage. Does do a little bit of damage and does end up taking down Adaxi on the bomb. Tommy now on the flank on the ground through this barbed wire, decides to go the other way. There's not enough time. Fierce runs out of time. Tigaman's able to slow him down just enough. Both players
good.
Oh, just barely for Fierce. They're able to take both players down and defuse. Tommy looked like he thought that they got it. He was here and he ran back, decided to not go for it, and then ended up re-peeking it just a little late. That's the mop and the saber picked up by the attack too. That's huge.
They got both snipers. They had a change of plans. I don't think they blew Office, didn't they?
Nope, they never did.
They picked up the clacker again. I think they dropped it outside and picked it up again. I'm not quite sure if they forgot the charge. Maybe it almost looked like it. That would be an interesting. I mean, it's a big game. Sometimes mistakes have been made. So yeah, we'll see. We go to Kill House and then Dome in this half, and then the second half will be C-Store Factory Kill House. So only Dome in the first half. But first, we get a kill house here. Fierce up 1 point, and we're on Northern Bison. And let's take a look. Oh, it's this map. We have seen this a few times already in the past.
Oh, this map. This is interesting though. This is normally a wallbang meta map, so with the changes to wallbangs, this could be really interesting to see.
That's a good point. Wallbangs have been changed and nerfed in a way. Kill House actually has proper wall thickness now. It used to be none, which was not intended. It's now thin, which doesn't do much more than none, but it's a little bit harder to penetrate at least. And also, and that's the big one, the hit noise sounds through the walls have been removed. So you only get hit sounds when you see your target, which makes tracking through walls way harder. So yeah, this will probably change the meta of this map a little bit. That's a good point. And we will see what they do here. Flogels is setting up the club defense, the club backstage defense, as usual, as we most of the time see on this map. And also we see what most teams do on the attack on this map, which is the office checkpoint split push for Fierce here. Might be a split push. I'm not actually sure if this is a split push. I think these arrows might be indicating where they think the defenders will be and rotate. So we will see if they actually go 5-man into office or split push. The 5-man push worked for them pretty well last map. They just executed it fairly well, timed it a little close, but they managed to. Oh, do we have did Ghetto spawn in the table? It
Ghetto
almost
might have
looks like
spawned in
it.
the table.
This
Oh, he
might be
just
the
dropped
problem.
all his utility. He definitely spawned in the table.
Oh, this is unfortunate. I'm not sure if we do we have rules for that? I think he might have to play.
Oh,
Uh,
he's all the way in the map. That's unfortunate.
yeah, I think he can still see. Oh, he's dropping his gun, so maybe he can't shoot. No, okay. Well, he gets he just swap weapons. He has a
Yeah,
shotgun.
they gave the AK to Flogel and changed the shotgun. Charge
He's
does come out in
changed
the
it around.
office. Maybe he's gonna try to rat in that table, see if he can just surprise I'm here.
Yeah, that's a bit
That is
unfortunate.
going to be the foot push here in the checkpoint as Diane actually pre-firing every angle that could possibly imagine here, seeing what they can hit. Flashes come out into office, Marble Stars and Kai Q are pushing in there. Early wall bangs from Tommy trying to come back. No damage done onto anybody yet. The first barbed wire comes down in club, but knowing Flogel, there'll be somebody sitting real close when they nade that out for the next bar. That is classic. And this is classic Kill House, just shots ringing back and forth. Fierce actually coming out on the short end of the wall bangs. Marble's down to half, and Axie also pretty lit. Almost no damage done onto anybody. The nade comes out, that barb is now naded out. Molly comes out. Flogel going for that rebarb. He's able to get it down perfectly. That is huge. No nades left for the attackers. Daxie and Dia working their way through the kitchen and into this lockers area now. There is a barbed wire back here too, so they will have to push through that as well. 2 knacks in their way. And 2 AKs to the north. Already 40 seconds down. Fierce is known for their slow attacks. The flash comes out and the molly stops it, cuts it right up. Only 2 flashes left for all of Fierce here. Marbles readies it. Wallbangs come out, the flash comes out. Dia and Kuko trade there on the south there. More shutting down coming out of nowhere. Adaxi goes down into backstage. Dancing back and forth, Dia's down in backstage too. And Kuko with a 3K, I'm fairly sure, shut them down in club. Textbook defense from Flogel there.
Absolutely, I was about to say that. That was an amazing defense. They hold the angles very well, as you may have noticed, while Diagra was trying to fight the other member of Flogel in backstage. Flogel himself was shooting from stage at him and took him out there. There was some nice crossfire there going on. In general, they played it very nice. Did hold on to their Molotovs. Until the last end, which forced Fierce to run out of time, or well, got Fierce in time trouble. And then now we're down.
For sure.
See the intro for a second. You don't see it, you only hear it, I guess. Here we go. So yeah, that was a very well played defense. Also directive by wire, obviously, was a big deal. Interesting to me, both teams still played the wallbang meta, but it was way less effective than it used to be. So it seems like the teams did not really adapt to that new style yet, or they decided it's still worth it to fish for shots, but it's hard because you don't actually know if it has any effect. I think there's just like the missing feedback makes them think it might be more effective than it actually is. I mean, a little bit of damage was done, but not much. So now we're on Bison Sword, which is our dome map for this game. It has let's see, a big jungle area in the center where the bomb is located. Then you have castle overlooking it from the north, which also holds power and is accessible via a red door. So that's an interesting, valuable room to take, and it seems like both teams are aware of the fact. Then we have the green entry, which is pit, which holds the button for the drawbridge. So if you go into pit, you can open the bridge and then storm castle. So that's a good way to get into castle if you don't want to breach it from the red door. And the alternative is to go observation, which gives you, well, good vision on the ruins jungle area, but not much else. And it seems like Fierce doesn't want to go there for that specific reason. It seems like they actually want to go castle and then split into pit and jungle from there. Just going out of castle into jungle is a little risky because all the angles you're facing. Then again, you can sit people on the wall, have people sitting on the wall and shooting back at the ruins. So we'll see what they do. They still have their saber, and did we even see the auto shotgun for defense for the defenders?
No, the auto shotgun's very difficult to use right now.
Yep, it seems they decided to not bring it at all. Breach is on though, and they're going in. I should split push.
It does seem like we're going to see Daya try to go pit here with Marbles. He's going to go 2 people down here. They have a wall charge. This wall charge is going to come out right here into Ruins. That could be really big if it's unprepared. They do have 2 players in pit to stop it. Power is hit. Stars, Kaiku, and Adaxi and Castle here. Kuko and Ghetto trying to see if they can slow him down. The first flare is out. That's going to be really good light. It's in a really good spot. There are no other flares left for the defense, though, so they'll be playing in the dark from here on out. Another flash comes out. There are only 2 flashes left total for Fierce here, so this is going to be a pretty fair fight. Oh, Flogel is just taken down from Die. I never even saw him. Neither did Tommy. Both going down hard in pit there. I think Tommy might have disconnected.
Yep, it looked
as
like
they said in the chat. It looks like the charging up. It looks like the wall charge is down now. Tiga Man trying to see if he can get some damage, but he isn't able to. The wall charge does come out. They're trading off shots from this high castle position. Stars and Daya getting a lot of damage on him, and Tiga Man trying to hide in these bushes. Kuko 2 trying to see what he can do, and Stars is able to finish off Tiga Man in the back corner. Nate comes out for the barb. It's just Kuko and Ghetto now. Marbles and Daya biding their time in pit. They smoke themselves in. Ghetto trying to see if he can take him down. Kuko is able to get 1 though onto a Daxi, the first pusher through. A great molly there on the northern half of the map. Kuko's able to get another one down onto Marbles. He's picked up the Saber now too. This is a huge swing in momentum in this 2v3 now. Kuko's got him. They are running out of time, absolutely. Daya gets the kill onto Ruins. Kuko now hiding in the corner with the Saber. He's able to take down Daya. Kai jumps on with 7 seconds left to spare here. He's trying to run across, see if he can get a line on the bomb, but he's not able to. Stars shuts him down. A round for Fierce.
Oh yeah, that was a close one though. This could have been different. If Flogel and Tommy would have been in, this would have been way harder for me. Unfortunately, I think it's harder to crash. Very unfortunate. And Flogel, I'm not sure he might have just not seen him. But yeah, in the end, Fierce took it here. It was close. Kuko almost secured it in the end, or gave him trouble at least. Unfortunately for him, the bomb was facing the wrong way, so he could not hold it from his position and had to relocate, where he was then shut down by Stars. So Fierce winning the first set, but we had some trouble on Flogel's side. They had Gato stuck in the table. Okay, that didn't lost them the round, so I guess it didn't matter. But now Tommy crashing, hard crashing, was definitely a bit unfortunate. He's still not back. I hope he can come back before the next round starts. Flogel is on attack now, and we cannot restart the match or pause the match before the halftime. So if he cannot come back at all, they have to play the next 3 rounds 4v5, which would be very unfortunate. We'll see how that goes. We're back on Westward Trouble, and yeah, Fierce, as I said, on the defense now. Flogel attacking. So Fierce wanted to split push here, but then forgot the breach. So they pushed through servers, and it was very successful for them. We will see if Flogel will do something similar. It seems like they want to do that, and in my mind, that makes a lot of sense. If they're not sure if Tommy makes it in this round, rather play the eco round when you're 4v5 and hope he's coming back for the next round. Because yeah, it would be terrible to use a lot of your equipment and then lose the round because you're 1 man down. That would be very unfortunate. So they rather do the eco play now, try to get something done with 4 players only, and if that works out, great. If not too much has been lost. So we will see how that goes. They're making a lot of drawings in shelving. They're expecting 2 barbed wires there. They want to throw a grenade in there. They want to bring a smoke to the bomb, while Fierce is expecting him to go there. They're expecting them to go for power and have placed barbed wire or drawn barbed wire. Stan will place it there. Obviously, they're going to position people in office. They're also expecting a south office push, though. They want to place down barbed wire over there and have 2 people guarding it. Actually, only one. One of them is rotating. They're really expecting everything besides a toxic push. They also have line on dock, but yeah. So Tommy's still not back. Seems like he's not making it for this round. That's unfortunate. The other 4 members of Flogel are moving out there. Kuko is bringing a Saber, so this is not a complete eco play. But at least they don't bring a charge or a clacker. Fierce is setting up for defense. Marbles is watching the long angle with the mob. As expected, Diagraph to back him up with the F1, and Adaxi guarding power in case they make it through those long-range guns. So we'll see how it goes. They're moving in, and here we go.
This mob player from Marbles could be huge, watching this long angle, really wide peek he's got here. Tiga Man the first to challenge him, and he does get body shot, and only a little bit of damage traded back. That's pretty big. Kuko now knows where he is and is going to watch that angle heavily. Dias ringing out some shots too and isn't able to do much. Marbles was hit by that Saber once, though, so he's on super low HP as well as he falls all the way back to the dock. Now Flogel is going to work his way through Toxic. An interesting play as they're able to take down Dias. They're going around. It's a 4v4 now. Flogel, Ghetto, and Tiga Man all pushing up hard into this office here. Flash comes out into office. There's lots of window angles. Kai's able to take some shots, and Marble's able to get the kill onto Flogel there with the mop. Marble's now swinging around to this conveyor position. And Daxi's still on the shelving. He's able to take down Ghetto when he doesn't even know he's there. Kuko now late pushing up into office, seeing if he can help out in this situation. He's able to take down Kai. 2v3 now. Tiga Man and Marbles, one each side, both very lit. Tiga Man tries to peek it, and Stars puts him down immediately. Kuko now trying to think about it. Looked like he thought about saving the Saber for a second there, but he opts back to hop into North Office here. He's swinging the same angle that Stars got this kill on. He takes a couple shots, rotates over to here window now, trying to see if he can make any magic here with 20 seconds left.
No, he's picking up flash.
Doesn't look like it. Picking up utility, getting out of there.
I wonder if he goes out Toxic. No, it doesn't look like it.
No, he's just going to rotate out through the server. Looked like he might have tried to play for a pick or two if he could, but he couldn't get it. Smart play when you have the Saber. Save it for a rainy day. That was a really open kill dome, so keeping that around, especially when you only have 4 players, can be huge.
Yeah, it seems like Tommy is still not back. And indeed, the call was made by our referee Donut that we will reset at half if he's not coming back. But until then, we'll have to, well, Flogel has to play 4v5. So a bit unfortunate for them, for sure. But it's not the end of the day. This is a best of 3. They can come back. If they're really the superior team, they can come back from this. However, the stakes are high. The team losing this match will be out of the playoffs. This is the first game that actually, forces a team out. So they really don't want to lose that. Okay, it seems like Tommy can't get back. That's very unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. We'll see if they maybe can clutch one round 4v5. That would be very valuable for them indeed. But so far they're down behind 1, 2, 3. We're back to Northern Bison, and this map is so defender-sided already. I don't see them taking this 4v5.
Oh no,
I really don't.
It's gonna take a miracle here. I wonder if they might try to like super eco this and see if they can pull off something in that kill dome. Maybe get a couple early picks with the Saber. See if they can make some magic happen there, because it's hard being down a guy.
Absolutely. It seems like they don't want to. They at least want. At least want to bring a charge and a clacker, which makes sense because they didn't brought any in the first round. Going with 3 charges and 2 clackers into dome seems a bit excessive. So they at least want to try to win this. And they're mixing up the strategy a little bit, but reaching into lockers. But then, reaching into lockers and going into backstage instead, coming in from office, which was not very successful for Fierce. So we will see how that works out for them. It seems like they're potentially considering even going kitchen. Wondering where they want to go from there, or if that's just drawings for where they expect Fierce to be located. They have their flashes located in club and backstage, and a grenade for the door for the barbed wire there. So they're expecting defense to be around those positions, and it seems like they have a pretty solid plan. We'll see if will be able to pull it off. Fierce is definitely more worried about that office play, and I can't blame them for it. It's where teams usually go. So this subversion strategy here might work out for Flogel, just countering the obvious plan. That's something I said yesterday. The good entry, or the obvious entry, is not always the best entry, especially if it's very obvious to the defenders as well. However, it's not like Fierce is completely neglecting the other entries. That actually is watching lockers. He has a barbed wire in hand. He can place it as, like, he was probably going to shoot them, fall back, throw the barbed wire down, and then they have Stars there with the auto shotgun. Marbles right next to him with the mob, who will then probably reposition because that would be a bit short angle. And then we might see some rotations for them. Flogel is moving slowly towards the locker door, and they're about to breach.
All 5 members here outside of lockers for... all 4 members, I should say, for Flogel. The breach comes in. They're clearing out these corners real quick. Kuko now the first to get some wall bangs in, and he's just got a little bit of damage onto Daxi, but nothing major. Auto shotty for Stars there is in a really good position to do a lot of damage. The nades out that barb, they molly it out to make sure they can't push in on it, and the auto down instantaneously on the wall bang. A great wall bang from Ghetto there. Oh, the mock gets the refrag on a Kuko, though, and the auto shot he's picked back up as he's trying to hide in this corner, spraying it. Tiga Man swings him and is able to get the kill. Kai now with the shotgun doesn't have the range. Mop shot rings out, can't land. Kai now trying to push with the shotgun into backstage, and Ghetto's able to put him down too. Now in a 3v2 situation here, Flogel here pushing through the hallways. Ooh, Marbles takes down Ghetto the second he swings this corner. Now Flogel pushing this office with this shotgun here. This could be big if Marbles can't land his first mop shot here, but he does. He absolutely puts Flogel down. It's just Tiga Man left alone now. Marbles rotating back in. Oh, Tiga's able to get Kaya. It's a 1v1 now, just Marbles with the mop. Tiga Man will go down to any mop shot that lands. The bomb done.
Tommy's back.
Tommy back in the game. Tiga Man now tickling the bomb just a little bit. The mop shot does not land. Marble's now down to less than a half HP as Tiga keeps tickling this bomb a little bit. He's up to 40% now. Marbles gets a good molly down, but it's not going to be able to stop to the fuse. He's still able to defuse from the side. Marbles swings it again. Marbles down to 1 HP, and he's able to get the kill. With only 5 seconds left, there's nothing Tommy can do in the truck. A great clutch there for Marbles. Functionally an ace in the Marbles v Tiga Man show. What a round.
Oh, that was so close. That was so well played by Team Flogel, especially the Tiga Man, who was a Tiga Man Gecko combo in backstage. That was such a nice positioning and repositioning, trying to like first outplaying the shotgun, the auto shotgun on the Daxi. Like Tiga Man swings around long with his AP, takes the range advantage. Then the shotgun player comes in. Tiga Man rotates back, falls back. Ghetto comes around. They pincer him, taking him out. That was beautifully played, and Marbles really clutching around here for Fierce, killing them one by one, and in the end almost goes down to Tiga Man here. It was so close, he almost got it, but yeah, Marbles taking him out in the last second there. That was, or not last second, but on barely no HP left. That was, and you have to keep in mind that was a 4v5. That was insane. And now they have Tommy back. I assume the morale is really, really high on their team now. They're behind 4-1, sure, but they just brought on a great show with 4v5 players. And I mean, they didn't play so terribly in the factory map either. And now they're back on Bison Sword and will be attacking with 5 players, and we will see if they can do that. Maybe they're going for the observation play here, which gives you a lot of visibility into the jungle area where the bomb is located. Gives you access to the ruins, which is important obviously because those are the important defensive positions. And again, Fierce is more worried about the castle play, about the pit play. And I mean, they have barbed wire drawn in the eastern ruins, which will stop a push from there a little bit, or slow it down at least. But yeah, I think they actually, you know what they want to do? I just realized what these drawings mean. This is a double charge. They do not just want to go into observation, they also want to go out of observation with the wall charge, breaching into the jungle area, completely negating the barbed wire on ruins, and then throw smokes everywhere and just rush into the pond, going towards the bomb. And we'll see if Fierce has any answer to that. The downside, or the risky part of this plan, Fierce can position in castle, taking good line of sight, but if the smokes are placed well, this is going to be really hard for them to stop. The bomb is, however, facing north, so it's possible to defend this from castle for sure. We'll see if this will be the weak point in Flogel's plan here, but I really like it. They're walking slowly under the map. I'm actually not sure. I'm not quite sure what the current situation is. The plan is to not make you walk slowly outside anymore, because defenders should not be able to hear you even if you walk. But I'm not quite sure if that's in the current version actually. I'm not sure if you are aware of that, Revive.
I am not. I'm not sure how the audio works yet.
But Flogel is definitely playing it slow here, playing it safe, and now they're rushing up observation, and we'll see if they can make this amazing play happen.
The charge comes out in observation, flashes come everywhere, the wall charge is already down, they're going for this hard, the wall charge comes out, Flogel going to watch the flank as the rest go in, Smoke's coming in like crazy here, Dax trying to see what he can, but Kai's able to get a kill with Tommy with the refrag. Kai watching this long angle here. Marbles goes down with the mob. Kuko's able to win that sniper duel. More shots ringing out there from Castle. Dyer, the only player in Castle, and he's down. Tommy now trading the Stars. Stars able to get the kill there in a 3v2 now. Kai goes down. It's just Stars in this jungle all alone. Trading shots, and Flogel's able to take him down. A fantastic attack for Flogel.
Absolutely brilliantly played. That was beautiful to see. A very nice and very fast and aggressive push into and out of observation. Then with I think it was Kuko rotating, or not rotating, but flanking in Ruins from the east side, taking out the Daxi there, and then they just played it very nicely into jungle. And very importantly, obviously, we are able to take out Marbles here from Kuko. That was an important pick. And then Diagre being the only one, as you mentioned, in Castle, who hold that very important position to defend the bomb, was taken out as well. Speaking, they were just they knew where they would be, and pre or not pre-fight, but pre-peaked or watched these angles and managed to take them out when they peaked. And yeah, we will see if Flogel can keep that momentum up and make the comeback here. They're down 2-4. We're going in the second half, but they're definitely they definitely should be high on morale right now. So C-Star Factory Killhouse is the rotation for the second half, and we're on the C-Star map right now. Raging Display. What a great name! What a great name for a map. And we will see if we get a Raging Display here with Flogel again on the attack, and they will be able, if they want to go through the they will be able to, if they want to go through the skylight in storefront. However, the bomb is back in storage, so while this gets you into the map easily, it's still a long path to the bomb from there. Fierce is definitely expecting that play. However, they expect him to go storefront and then either go into Teller or Freezer, and it seems like that's exactly what Flogel wants to do: storefront into Freezer and maybe Bathroom actually, and not Teller. Interesting. We will see how that plays out for them. I mean, Bathroom allows you to get into Teller from the other side, but Fierce wants to play Spot Wire there as well. They're definitely expecting these plays. Um,
Looks like
I don't know
Flogel's
about
thinking
that.
about the exact wall charge that Fierce drew the second they spawned into the map here. That's kind of interesting.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not quite sure if that acts. It could mean a wall charge. It definitely could. Probably does. It's a common wall charge spot. It's not. I saw this on this map before. I will not be super surprised. But I'm not 100% sure that's what Flogel is indicating with this drawing. But it seems like it. It seems like it. We will see if they do that or not. Whoops, we get some peeking there. Marbles in chat is getting spotted by the drone though. Is heading back in, bringing the mob again, as usual for him. Oh, next one, never mind. That's actually an Ingmar. That was an Ingmar. He doesn't want to bring the mob here. Wants to save it for a different map, and they indeed have the wall charge. So yeah, going Freezer is going to be the play, and we will see if Stars and Kaiku can react to that from storage. And actually, Marbles sitting in arcade might be able to stop the Freezer push. They are in Teller, and they're going in.
Really good barbed wire there, and Freezer could be a huge issue for this plan, especially with the Daxian
Absolutely.
marbles with these Ingmar, and the shotgun could be huge. They drop into storefront now. Dia's going to give them all the information they need. Fogel's going to keep that wall charge up top, trying to disguise that a little bit, but they'll know better by now that if there's only 4 guys in storefront, it means a wall charge is coming. The wall charge now the first to push into Freezer, running straight through the barb like it's not even there. The wall charge down, some wall bangs coming out. Adaxi puts another barb there into arcade and rotates back. 2 shotguns on Kai and Adaxi there. Kuko trying to get some damage to that teller hole. Now playing the waiting game. Stars trying to do a little bit of wall bang. The Knack now does wall bang on C-Star, which is new. The wall charge comes out here. Flashes ring everywhere. Stars able to escape. Actually, Ghetto takes down Flogel with his own grenade. Marbles able to take that one, but Stars with the TK right back. More shots ring out. Ghetto's able to take down 2 there. It's just Dia and Marbles in arcade and Teller. Ooh, and Dai's able to get the pick on a Tiga there through the Teller door. That's huge. Now it's a 2v2. Both members for Flogel exceptionally lit. They're able to take down Marbles though in a 2v1. Dia himself also will go down to 1 bullet. Wall banging through this door here. Dia trying to see what he was able to get down Ghetto. He's going to rush Kuko, who looks like he's trying to stick it, but Dia's able to get it. A 3K for Dia and the great defensive show there. Whew. What a round. It appears Pion has taken a moment of leave. But that was just a fantastic round. Fierce knows exactly what.
Sorry, I was muted.
I was about
Oh, I was shouting my mic from excitement, but you couldn't hear me. That was Flogel is on fire today. That was so amazing. They are clutching it in the end, but there were a lot of great plays by Flogel here. A lot of great picks by Kuko, by Gatto. The fragment was a little unfortunate. Flogel himself also, like, I liked how fast he played that. He rushed into Freezer, placed the waters, then they took the time, then he clacked, and he immediately beeline behind the bomb with the shotgun, pushing Stars out of his hold position there. That was unfortunately shot down by the frag grenade. I'm not sure. That was probably some miscommunication. And there was a lot of chaos in that storage on both teams. And in the end, Dagger clutching it for Fierce there, winning them the round, bringing them up 5-2. So that's a good advantage, obviously. They only need one more round to at least tie the game, two more rounds to win the game, which would be a huge start for them in this best of three. But we will see if they can do that, or if Flogel can come back here with the huge comeback on breaking Excel. Maybe. I mean, they now lost the clacker and the wall charge. That's not great. Obviously, that's not a good start into a half. So we will see if they can still do it here. This is the map with roof access on servers, so you have some windows that allow you to look into storage from the server roof. And I believe there are windows right here as well that gives you access or visibility into servers as well. If
I
I'm not
believe so.
if
Yep.
I'm not completely mistaken, they're not visible on the map. Unfortunately, we did not find a good way to indicate those yet. On other maps, I know Axum has barred them completely off, so you cannot actually shoot through these. But on this map, I think they are open.
I believe
So
that is correct.
so yeah, servers is also the room that holds power, and it has this huge, nice generator on dock here, which is an interesting piece of environment that cuts off the room in half here, or not really half, but in two parts. And yeah, office is overlooking the main factory floor, and we have what seems like a split push for Team Flogel here. Two players
That's a
coming through.
charge.
Yep,
Flogel's
dodge.
got a charge.
That's
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 bold. That is
That's
bold.
definitely bold. Marbles is watching the green door. We'll see if he can stop them there. And
Yeah.
actually going 3-2 the other way, though. Three people fan.
The charge comes out here to fan. Flogel looks like he might try to hop on top of the server. It looks like that charge might have just been really to bait out some rotate, but Fierce wasn't really falling for it. Just kind of shifting eyes, not shifting bodies. Marble still holding this kick really hard here. Really hoping he can try to get the pick there. Oh, he fires just a hair too early and isn't able to pick off Tommy there. Kutko now knows where he is. Flogel gets a little bit of damage on that fan. Has to rotate his way out there. There's three members for Flogel now pushing up into storage. As Dia with that AK and server is really trying to do work. The mob shot rings out, but isn't able to do anything. And Daxi picks up the first kill on the Flogel on this fan. Ghetto now pushing in here, trying to get a refrag on Daxi, and he's able to do so. Tegan also picks up that kill into Dia on servers. That gives them access to power if they want it. Tegan now very low HP after that fight, though. Kuko ringing out that saber shot. He's not able to land the shots on the Kai, though. Does do a little bit of damage on the marbles, however. Another mob shot rings out and does not land again. That's the third missed mob shot in a row for marbles. Very uncharacteristic. Ghetto now pushes Kai and able to get the kill. Stars from office not able to help him out. Stars seems what he can do. Ghetto again with the kill onto marbles now. Stars the only one left alone in office as they swarm around. Ghetto, he's feeling himself. He's going for it. Pushes in, shots are ringing out back and forth. He's blasting Ghetto with the 4K. He's like, no what, guys? You all stay in storage. I'm going to handle this. I'm going to go get everybody. A great round from Ghetto and Team Flogel.
Absolutely. They definitely have it in them. They definitely not gave up after Tommy crashing in the first half. Wow, again, very strong round for them. And I don't want to downplay Fierce here. They're playing strong. But it seems like as we saw last round, they managed to hold that very strong push from Flogel. They managed to hold it off and win the round. But this time it swung in Flogel's direction here. Tigerman now picking up the mob, so they have double sniper if they want to for the next map. We'll see. It's a kill house map, if I'm not mistaken. Might be useful depending on the kill house, depending on the layout. Snipers can be very effective.
If you get some of those long clubs, that can be game changing. Honestly, not having the defense, not having the mop is more important in a situation like that than you having it yourself.
Yeah. Also, sometimes lumberyard or hallway can be
for sure.
Sniper hallways, sniper ranges. We will see. Doesn't look like we have a lumberyard. We're on Vulcan Tiger.
Pillbox though.
It has a pillbox. That might be a good spot for a sniper. However, as you just mentioned, the defenders don't have it anymore. So yeah, probably the biggest point here is that marbles cannot sit in pillbox with the mob and snipe club or whatever. So yeah, we will see if Flogels decides to bring Team Flogel decides to bring a sniper here. But at least they denied it for the defenders, which is valuable. They still have a door charge and they decide to bring it to backstage, frag out their expected barbed wire on stage, and then just beeline it towards the bomb, really. Seems like they even might be ignoring pillbox. They want to flash it, but I don't. Doesn't. I'm not sure if they want to take it. Unfortunately, we don't see their puck, so maybe if someone has placed a puck in there to indicate that they're going there, but they don't have a line directly into it.
Hmm.
But maybe they just want to watch it from the windows. I mean, you can hold that from outside. It's a little tricky, but it's doable. Especially if you just rush past in backstage and then just have to watch this one window in club. Like, that's definitely doable.
For sure, absolutely. Well, and you don't know what they have in terms of utility too. They might be able to try to wall bang something in here if they can. I know these are heavier, but I don't believe they're ballistic. They're very thick, correct?
I believe you are
So
correct.
if they've picked up a Knack or a Legros at any point, their plan might just be to run here and just go to town.
Yeah, yeah, that's a very good point.
Yep.
Fierce is setting up the barbed wire in backstage. It's not quite where Flogel is expecting it, but the grenade will still be able to take it out at that point. So it's probably gonna get destroyed. And doesn't seem like they have a second one to replace the first one. So yeah, that will if they bring a frag here and destroy it, they have free entry, kind of free entry into club. There are 3 defenders there sitting there. They actually don't have anyone in pillbox, interestingly enough, and they don't even have anyone rotating there who could rotate there quickly. Stars will probably rotate through Brickhouse into backstage, but I don't see him going into pillbox with the auto shotgun. Marbles, we will see what he does. Probably wall banging, really. He has the knack here, so he's probably going to stay in office
For
for the
sure.
most part. And the other defenders are setting up in club for that breach from backstage. You're definitely expecting it. And
Double
we're about to
sniper
see.
out for
Actually,
Flogel.
yeah, I was about to mention we have double
Yeah.
sniper here because this is a very long range
Oh no.
line of sight
I,
here
I
from
believe
backstage.
there is a line of sight that goes all the way back to there as the charge comes out. Shots ring out originally. Lots of damage done on, but Kuko's able to take down Daya there. Another flash comes out. They found the barb. Ghetto gets the nade out for it, and they mount the auto shot. They don't let him in at all. Super close range there. 2 players down for Fierce now on this
That
push.
was a no scope.
Oh, man. What a shot there from Flogel. Only 1 molly left. It does land. It's going to split up the team, but not quite like they're hoping. Ghetto's taken down there. Another flash comes in, and another as Kuko's trying to take down a Daxi. Tommy's the one who ends up getting it. It's just Kai and Marbles. Kai goes down. It's just Marbles coming on the Hall of Fame flank here, trying to see if he can make some magic happen in a 4v1. Flogel sees it coming, though, and mops him straight up. What an attacker set for Flogel.
I'm surprised Flogel didn't see Marble earlier when he was looking through that window. He should have seen him there, really. I don't know. It was a bit weird. Maybe he was not looking quite in the right direction or something. But that was wow, a very strong push. I mean, Fierce really expected that, but they could not really hold it. I think they used too many barbed wires on the previous rounds and could not really stop them here. Barbed wire would have been definitely useful. And the other thing was the double sniper. Like Flogel was okay. We have 2 snipers. Well, let's take the long range route and make use of that. Nan Flogel with the reactive shot there on Stars the moment he came through the door with the auto shotgun was obviously huge because that could have been like a collateral, really. Like Stars, if he would have pumped with the auto shotgun there on that close range, they were all coupled together. That could have been like 3 kills if it would have been in his favor potentially. So that was huge. The kill with the mob there on basically no range. So yeah, Flogel definitely on the rise here. Only 1 game behind now in the last set. Fierce on the attack again. They did pretty well on the attack at the start of the match. So we'll see if they can pick it up again and secure this game for them. Well, we're back to raging this play, and it seems like Fierce doesn't want to go for the same play that Flogel did. Instead, they're looking for the shed play here, which would be a wall charge, but gives you basically guaranteed power. Yeah, like there's no way Flogel could stop that play. They will definitely take power from there. I don't see that being stopped at all. And well, with Gunplay 2.0, lighting got fixed, so darkness is dark now. And if they bring in VGs, this might get really tricky for Flogel. However, Freezer and Arcade are both rooms that, even when it's completely dark, are still somewhat lit. So, and they have to push through Arcade at least. Might be a bit tricky. That might be the one thing that makes it possible for Flogel to hold this.
You can fire up in this line without needing to see anything. That's a super long angle there that you can just pretty much wall bang from back here. You don't, because they have to go through this. So that gives them a chance here, even if they do hit the power, which is what they probably will be expecting.
What I think Fierce is going to do here, however, is they want to split push and have people come in from storefront as well. So even if the Shed team is not able to push through arcade, because as you just mentioned, there's a really good line of sight for the defenders here, they will still be able to maybe flank around from storefront into teller or bathroom and get on the bomb from that side. And it seems like I guess Marbles has the wall charge. Probably, I can't really tell, but I assume he has. We have the clacker
I
on the
don't see it
Daxi.
on him.
I mean, it has to be because besides that, otherwise this play would make no sense.
He
But
does not have a wall charge. There's no wall. They're just going green here.
why
He
has the
shotgun.
Daxi a clacker then? That's weird.
Where?
Maybe they
They might
dropped
have.
it somewhere else.
They
They're
must
running around
have.
a little bit headless, or maybe they screwed something up.
Try and drop into storefront here, it looks like. I believe stars might already be in. Oh, they drop in and wall charge there. An interesting play, dropping in from the roof and wall charging this way. They do hit the power. It functionally does the same thing, though.
Yeah.
Flogel now trying to see if he can get out, and he can't. He gets the barb down, but he pays his life for it. Ghetto, Kuko, and Tommy all here in storage, with Tigaman now back in tellers, trying to see if he can watch this flank. Adaxi and Kai really only two in good position to pressure bomb site here, as Marbles and Dia still a little bit of ways away. Stars watching this flank into tellers. Now a bit of a waiting game. Fierce is known to be a slow attacking team. Grenade comes out, gets rid of that barb there as the last molly there comes out for Flogel. This is going to be a really hard push here. No mollies, no barbs left. Some wall bangs coming out. First flash comes out. Second flash comes in deep. Flashes like crazy. Kuko's down. Ghetto's down. Tommy trying to see what he can do, and he's not able to get any. It's just Tigaman and Tellers trying to see if he can make anything special happen here. Waiting for his chance, but it looks like he's shooting the corner, not quite coming through the door, and Stars is behind him, able to put him down. A clean attack there to secure the tie for Fierce.
Fierce definitely shows that they still have it in them. They now secured a tie for this game. They only need one more round to actually win it. That was an impressive attack for sure. Very well played. Good push through arcade. The swag wall charge there from the roof. I don't think it actually gives a huge benefit, if any, but it definitely is cool. So I give them that.
The only thing you could argue is maybe they can't see it coming if they're looking through the doors.
Yeah,
and it sounds like they're all on the roof, so you can drop in there and be on the roof and still do it. But you can do the same thing by just slow walking over there. I don't know. It worked. Who are we to tell them they're wrong?
Oh. That was definitely interesting. This is wow. Yeah, it was an interesting play for sure. Well, we'll see if Fierce can secure the game here for them, or if Flogel can tie it up by winning the next 2 rounds. We're back to Breaking Exile, and this time Fierce is on the attack. Flogel decided for the split push through storage and fan here, and we will see if Fierce does the same or something else. They do not have any drawings out yet, so it's hard to tell. Flogel wants to place barbed wire between storage and shelving and on dock to slow down pushes from these directions. And it seems like Fierce indeed is going to go for the same play as Flogel with the 2-3 split push on storage fan. And yeah, lots of barbed wire being drawn on the floor from Flogel. They definitely want to slow down the attack wherever they can. Here's the thing. Fierce took power last round, so I assume they had NVGs. None of them died. So they still have all the NVGs. So they could, and it seems like they want to, just take power again. And this could be very devastating if Flogel cannot stop it, and it doesn't seem like they want to stop that. They want to stop them from coming into the main factory floor, which basically gives them free power, and that might be a problem for Flogel here, because if Fierce gets power here with NVGs, I see them having great chances of securing the game at this point. So let's see how it plays out. Yeah, we have 2 Flogel members sitting in office. We have Tigaman on the generator. Flogel plays the barbed wire and falls back behind bomb. Kuko with the mob also coming office. 3 players office now. They really want to overlook the entrances to this map. Do they have flares? They have
3 total players out. That's a lot of players.
Okay, they decided we give them power, but we have flares. So this
Yeah.
might work out. We will see. They only have 2 Molotovs.
They've definitely cut this map in half here and said, we don't
Yep.
care. We're going to make you walk through this little door and this little door. The window smoke doesn't
They actually
land
did
for
not place
Fierce.
the barbed wire on dock, by the way, I just noticed. So they completely expected the push from the west side.
Looks like that's what ends up happening. 2 failed window smokes there from Fierce. Fan is blown now. Chargers come in. It looks like Stars is on an AK there. That could be huge. Kuko does get the body shot onto a Daxi. That is a huge opening blow there. Power is going to get got by Daya now. And the waiting game starts. The first flare comes out. Looks like they're going to try to stagger these flares to keep the round in brightness as much as possible. Ghetto playing a little tucked into that office, might not be able to see him on an early peek. Adaxi low, so he's trying to jiggle peek, just kind of face check anything. The second mop shot misses, the flash comes out. Daya, Stars, and Adaxi all pushing hard. Ghetto's able to take down an already lit Adaxi as Daya and Stars fall back a little bit, not able to capitalize on their flash usage. Tommy now spraying toward the other direction where the Saber is. That could be huge. Kuko's got to get over there to see if he can take down that Saber before it's able to eat his team alive. The last flare now comes out. That's 30 seconds. The last 15 seconds of this round should be in total darkness for the attackers. First Saber shot comes out. Tommy recognizes it and is able to get out just in time. Flash comes out, not going to do a whole lot, not able to push on it super well. Flogels able to get picked off from Daya, though. Flogels not knowing that they pushed that direction. Kai's able to take down Ghetto 2 again without a shot. Marble's also getting Tommy. It's just Tiga Man and Kuko now. Daya and Kai both pushing Tiga on generator here. Tiga's trying to swing and be able to take down Marbles on the diffuser, but he can't. Dial's able to take him down. Kuko with the mop will get the job done, though. A 3v1 with only 10 seconds left. 40% of the mop done, though. Mop comes out again. He's not able to do it, and Daya puts him down to finish it. Gonna be close, but they finish it off and win game number 1, 7-4.
Wow. It looked really good for Flogel for quite some time, but Fierce did not struggle here. They waited, they took their time, they took their picks, and then all of a sudden, in mere seconds, 3 or 4 Flogel members were dead, and the whole round had swung around in Fierce's favor here, securing them this round. Well deserved, very good attack. It was a good plan from Flogel, but Fierce just executed their side of the plan perfectly and managed to go through with this game. And as you said, win the first game of this best of 3. So we'll go into game 2 momentarily. But until then, we'll take a short break and we'll be right back with the second game of Fierce versus Flogel. And we are back after a very, very exciting first game. I'm still TH Pine and I'm still here with Reviv.
Hello, hello.
It was a fantastic first game in this loser bracket of the DPL Season 2 playoffs. Fierce versus Flogel. Fierce taking it in the end 7-5. But we're going into the second game momentarily because this is a best of 3, and Flogel, I feel they have it in them. They can definitely turn this around. This is still anyone's game. Fierce showing a strong performance for sure, especially on attack, but this can go either way. Fierce is ahead now, but I feel Flogel can definitely bring this back if they can keep their cools and just show us more of their strong performance. It was actually 7-4, wasn't it? Not 7-5.
It was, yeah.
I misspoke. But I'm very excited to go into the second game.
For sure, for sure. And you saw a really strong Flogel team, a team that looked composed, especially on attack. It was just unfortunate that they only played with 4 for a couple rounds. Because if you don't do that, you might be looking at a different outcome altogether. But
Absolutely.
still, a great showing from them. And having a full 5 members for a whole game hopefully could result in a totally different outcome here. And it'll be fun to watch. The only way we don't have a third game is if Fierce wins this game. If it's a tie or a Flogel win, we will go to the third game.
That's exactly how it is. If they tie, then it comes down to the third game. If they tie the second game, then Flogel needs to win the third game to go into overtime. So for them, it's really preferable to actually win this game.
For sure.
But yeah, Fierce needs to win here to end the best of 3 at this point.
Sure. And the losing team is done. They are done for the season. They'll be out of the playoffs altogether. And the winning team will go on to face the loser of Mazer BTG next weekend.
That's exactly how it goes. This is a double elimination tournament, and yesterday we had Fierce versus BTG and Mazer versus Flogel. And Mazer and BTG won, so this is the loser bracket. So both teams lost once already, which means if they lose again, they're out. That's how double elimination works. And we're about to queue into the next game. I cannot wait. Seems like Flogel is going to be on attack again first, and it doesn't seem like the teams have swapped out any players. So we see the same lineups again. And I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. This was such an exciting match. I want to see more of it. And we'll see. Maybe we get 2 domes this time. Maybe. We'll see.
We can hope for 2 domes.
If we won the first game.
If we're good kids and we do our chores, maybe we'll get a second set of kill dome here.
I would like to see it. I really enjoy the new flow that the kill dome brings.
Oh, for sure.
It seems we get 2 kill domes. Nice. You get dome, C-store, kill house on the first half, and factory dome, C-store on the second. So C-store and get dome on both. And we're starting on Rogue Leopard. Ooh, this is a big boy. This is a long one. Lots of interesting angles, so you can go beach obviously, but that's a long path to bomb through all the map, which is in ruins, which has a direct access. So the obvious entry here is the red door in ruins, obviously. But as I said earlier, the obvious entrance is not always the best one, because that's exactly the entrance the defenders will think as the obvious entrance as well. So they will probably set up a defense there. The alternative would be to take the red door in pit, which gives you access to power, and also leads to observation. So that could be very strong as well. I think, like, my gut feeling is I would first look into a plan that involves pit before I plan pushing ruins. But it seems like Flogel is in a different mind, and they want to go ruins here directly in. Smokes, flashbangs everywhere, guns blazing. Just jump in, make a great show for the spectators, and we'll see if that works out for them. Fierce is definitely a little bit more worried about the pit play, having two barbed wires there. They're also worried about beach, drawing lines of sight there. I mean, they will probably, they obviously will watch the ruins entry, but that's definitely not the only thing they expect. So maybe if Flogels executes fast and strong here, they can take this without Fierce being able to rotate quickly enough. Seems like they actually have two players in base. Oh no, Marbles is rotating back. Marbles with the mob, where will he position? Runes, okay, he's gonna watch the red door. That might be important for them. We'll see. We have Kaiku and Dagger playing Rune Stars will be able to rotate from observation. And Daxi will be able to rotate as well. They should be able to collapse on this really fast. So Flogel really has to go really fast. Did they crash again?
It looks like we're down to 4 Flogels again.
If
Kuko is
could
not
restart
here.
now. The game did not really start yet. If they want to restart, then now.
That would be their best decision, but they look like they're gonna go for it anyway. Charge comes out here. The mob shot rings out, does connect with Ghetto's body. Flogel swings in here, Dia and Axie both picking up picks on a Flogel and Tinker Man respectively. Tommy and Ghetto now all that's left. Marbles had to take down Ghetto with the pistol, and it's just Tommy who gets a smoke down. Able to get a pick on a Dia there. And they're trading back and forth. Tommy will take down Marbles, but it does look like we're gonna end up having a rehost here. So all of this is just some really advanced aim practice here for Tommy.
Yep. That
Really
was the call here.
Loosening up.
Made by the
So nothing here matters. No, this is for fun. But it actually does able to take down Tommy there.
If people are confused, I just want to clarify this really point. The rules state that if you have a crash or disconnect or any sort of client failure before the start of round 1 or between the end of round 6 and the start of round 7, so at the start of the halves basically, you can restart the match, no questions asked. Because at that point, no damage is done. Well, you can restart the half, that is. So before round 1, restart the game. Before round 7, restart the half. So you keep the score of the first 6 rounds and then go into it again. So well, the only downside is we might not get 2 domes now, which is unfortunate.
Not our domes. We were good kids.
But yeah, I would have hated to see it again, to get another 4v5 play here. So good call here from the referees to immediately restart this, and yeah. So they definitely that was been a disaster if they have problems again. This time was not this. Who was crashing this time though? No,
that was Kuko, I believe. I also had issues. I had to restart my game to join into that before I could get in. The whole game might have been a little bugged there.
I mean, I had trouble finding the spectate button because it tried to elude me. Like every time I refreshed, the spectate button immediately disappeared. I was like, no, okay, I guess I refreshed again. I tried I had to try it like 4 times. So the game is not cooperating right now, but we'll make it work regardless. I'm
bad due process. Bad due process.
It should give us more kill dams now, like to make up for its mistakes.
If only.
I'm sure we'll get in eventually and get some great rounds here. We definitely like the first match, first game, as I said, definitely got me hyped. So looking forward to it. Teams are queuing again. We should be ready to go any moment. And yeah.
What's your prediction here for this one, Pion? What do you see coming out of game number 2 here in this match?
I say Fierce takes the second game when we see a third one, and that could go either way. But I feel Flogel. Did I say Fierce? I meant Flogel. Flogel takes the second game to tie the match and gets us a third game, just because I want to see three games. Like that's my main reason here, and also because I feel like Flogel has to make like not make up for it, but like they want to deserve, or they should deserve they deserve the chance to show how they play and show their full force with 5 man here and take out Fierce at least once. And then the third game could go either way, really. Fierce definitely, totally can win this as well. A
For
great
sure.
team, absolutely. And they had this great like rising, like they played really good throughout the season. Really, that was
For sure.
they kind of had a rough start, but then rise up like a phoenix towards the end of the season, and that's would be great to see them moving on as well. I'm really torn here. I want to both see both teams win and make it to the next round, because as we mentioned a few times now, one of the teams has to go. Seems like we only get one dome this time. Damn it! Factory C-Store dome, Kellhouse Factory C-Store for the second half.
I'm
So we
emotionally
start.
distraught.
Oh, and another mix-up. Fierce actually starting on the attack this time around.
Ooh, that's what we like to see.
Huh. Beer Rising is the name of the game, or the map rather. In this case, let's take a look. It's a containment map of one of the newer ones. It only has 4 containers, but those are big boy containers. Like, ooh, there's a double container, so it's basically 8. But it's they're coupled together. Interesting positioning. This will create some interesting sidelines and rotations. We'll see how that goes. We also have some weird map glitch right now where we can see a Dax and Flogel below the map or something. That's interesting. I assume that's going to disappear when we move to execution. The free entry is on storage, which gives you decent access to servers where power is located, and both teams have identified that already. Fierce has their line drawn to that position. They expect a barbed wire in the doorway, and that's exactly where Flogel placed or indicated they want to place their barbed wire. So both teams are aware of that. We will see if Fierce brings a grenade to get rid of it, or if they decide to just push through it with flashbangs full force. Seems like they also want to go for the split push, pushing through storage here. Split push, I'd say, because I want to split up in storage, but actually it might be a real split push as well with the breach in office. They have some lines there, and then that would allow them to collapse on containment from 2 sides, or 3 sides rather. If they come storage, servers, and office, that would be valuable. But it also means they're spread very thin and might lose like one of those angles. We will see. Gato is holding servers. Kuko, the mob, is holding the green entry, and Marbles is coming there with his saber. So we will probably see a sniper battle any moment. Adaxi is baiting the shot.
Oh, the smoke lands right on Kuko. He takes the blind fire with hope, but it doesn't able to land here. It does look like we're going to see a full green here out of Fierce. 3 players now pushing in to server, and Tigaman reads it, wall bangs it beautifully. He's able to take Adaxi all the way down. Ghetto also able to take down Dia based on that wall damage he got. More push only, just damage like crazy. Kai's able to get the refrag onto Ghetto, put that AK on the ground. But the damage has been done. It's a 4v3 now with the mop still up for Flogel. That's a huge opening exchange there. Now Kai and Stars trying to see what they can do here. Flogel with a molly into storage, preemptively trying to cut off Marbles there. Marbles takes a shot, isn't able to land it. Just a little bit of damage on a Flogel, but not a ton. Smoke comes out right as planned, so Stars and Kai can kind of push toward the bomb, but they're not acting on it right away. Tigaman actually is there. 2 flashes ring out, one east, one west. Another flash comes out. Kai's able to take down Tommy, but Tigaman does a ton of damage onto Stars there. Kai's able to take down Kuko as well there. Now it's just Tigaman and Flogel. Marble's able to take down Flogel there over in containment. It's just Tigaman on the bomb now. Stars very lit. Tigaman, the wallbang, going for the same wallbang if he can, but Stars doesn't let him rotate out. It's going to be around here for Fierce.
Wow, that was a back and forth. It started out really well for Flogel here, getting these early kills in servers. Then Ghetto was unfortunately being taken out, but as soon as the lights were turned off, the game swung around. Fierce, yeah. Well, we're not afraid from this early setback. Managed to keep their cools, played slow, take advantage of their night vision, and taking out the defenders one by one, especially behind conveyors. Kuko was not even aware he was being attacked until it was too late, and yeah, that was well executed on Fierce. 3 survivors on their side, so they can secure 3 NVGs. So they only lost 1 if they picked all of them up. They probably also stole the mob, I would assume. I,
Oh
I
yeah, I'd
didn't
imagine.
I
I didn't
didn't pay
notice it
attention
either.
honestly, but I would assume they did. So if they picked up everything, they still have the saber, they have a mob, they have 3 NVGs, that's a recipe for disaster for Flogel, honestly. Strong start for Fierce here. We'll see if they can keep up the momentum. And unfortunately, momentum is not in the playoffs anymore. So my momentum puns don't really work. But anyway, we still have Flogel and Taxi having that little chit chat below the map. So I guess that's a thing for this match now, or this game rather. Um, but yeah, I mean, they disappear on execution. So it's just a fun little thing at this point. So Fierce used the door charge. No, didn't use the door charge. They actually ecoed. So they
That was
won
a
the
dinner,
eco
yep.
round. That's huge. That's huge. They
That's
will
really big.
now ball charge Storefront on Odin Jackal,
Jackal.
which makes sense. Actually, they're considering a split push through arcade. Ooh, what do you think about that? That seems like a strong play.
It does for sure seem like a strong play, especially because Arcade is a really strong cross onto the bomb with Freezer, so
Yeah,
you can't look every direction, and there's no other, entrance. Usually, you might see another like door or something over here to add another layer into Storefront, but this really is just a door and a really covered Freezer. So if you're able to take away one of those, that could be huge. And since you won your green push, you've won the luxury to do that.
absolutely. I mean, you have a line of sight from Teller onto Bomb, so you definitely have to clear Teller before defusing. But that's usually doable. If you bring a shotgun, you can clear out Teller, or your control and throw a frag grenade through the Teller hole. That's also a possibility. It seems like Fierce really likes to circle encircle their targets there. They also want to have someone on office watching the backside of arcade, and that will make it really hard for any defender playing in arcade. We'll see if
For
they
sure. Hard
actually
to those
follow the
arcades.
plan they have drawn out, because I don't see a door charge yet. I think they will not go arcade, or not breach arcade rather. They
It
don't
does
have a door
looks
charge.
like it'll just be the wall here.
Yep. But Kaiku is gonna rotate up to office and take the window. But nobody's in office so far, so we'll see how much that has. Tigerman is watching from chat though, so
And it looks like he's gonna try for those wall bangs if they go green. No. Molly comes out directly off the charge. No shotgun here for Fierce though, so it's gonna have a hard time getting into Teller without a shotgun. A door kick on arcade. Adaxia, they're really just kind of playing on the wall bangs, trying to see if he can catch anybody sleeping over there. Flog with a shotgun has no thought about peeking it, and he just gets to walk across. He gets to slow walk across the eyes of Marbles, who just didn't pick it up. He's able to get back into a much more comfortable position into arcade. The smoke comes out onto Teller now. Kuko tries to see if he can get a little bit of damage, and he does get just a little bit onto Daya there. Kai trying to see if he can keep those rotates from happening, and he's able to do some damage, but has to rotate out. Adaxi now the first to push in. A second Molly comes out, doesn't quite land right as the rest of Fierce now push in. Adaxi pushing into arcade here, and Flogel's able to shut him down, but Marble's able to get the pick onto Ghetto outside the Teller. Flogel able to get a second there onto Daya as he's trying to bob and weave his way to get into shotgun range. Already low, Kai flashes, and able to take down Flogel there, who was on a tear. Tigman now trying to take care of Kai, who's not looking at him. So is Kuko. Kai down to 1 HP. Still alive and shooting back, though. Another flash comes out as Tommy with a big flank does tons of damage onto Marbles there. That hurts their Saber a lot. Now back into Tellers with Kuko and Tommy, and Tigman still holding this cross. Stars and Kai keeping their heads down so he can't
time
get
is ticking hard.
only 17 seconds. Marbles goes down now. Star's able to get one onto Ghetto, but it's a 3v2 with only 1 HP on Kai. Kuka now trading with Stars a little bit. Tiga Man pushes the bomb, trying to see if he can keep him from the defuse. They're not going to be able to defuse no matter what now. Tiga Man goes down. Kai goes down. Stars with the diffuser, able to stay up. He's able to keep Kuko and does save the diffuser. Or Clacker, I'm sorry. That is huge, though, that they're able to keep the Clacker alive despite losing.
Well, it's important.
Oh, it is.
It's
It's
actually
actually
not
round
that
three.
huge,
Yeah,
because
no, you're right.
they equaled the first round, so now they have 2, which is a benefit. Don't get me wrong; they cannot
Yeah.
use both door charges independently if they so desire. But yeah, it was not absolutely necessary. But that was a strong defense by Team Flogel here. Very well played. It was a good push by Fierce. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I especially want to point out the office play. We saw Kaiku was looking through the window, and then I believe it was Flogel who was moving to arcade, running into office, spotting him, hiding back into cover, calling it out, and then his teammate came over from west, swung around the corner and shot pre-fired the window, which forced Kaiku to retreat. That was a very nice detail in Vogel's defense here, and overall, they managed to lock down that storefront quite well. Even though they misplaced about Molotov, it worked out in their favor, and that ties the game 1-1 so far. And we're on Justice Fist, our dome map for this game. And let's take a look here. We have the obvious entry apparently is Castle, because both teams are thinking about it, which has the drawbridge. The button is in the button is in jungle though, so it's outside the drawbridge. That's like if you're thinking about like realistic drawbridges, this is like the worst position to have a button for a drawbridge. Like right, it's outside the door. What is even the point of this drawbridge?
You can't charge that though. You might see the double charge from into the castle, because you can charge the drawbridges.
Yeah, the drawbridge counts as a red door. You can totally charge it. That's a very good point. And they might do that. They don't even care for the button at that point. I also noticed last round that I was wrong. The mini Flogel and the Daxi do not go away on execution. So these will just stay with us. Yeah, it's great. That's amazing. It's not distracting at all. So we're just having a little laugh about it and go along our way, another day, I guess. So it seems like Flogel is setting up their defense in castle. They really expect that play, and that's exactly what Fierce wants to do. They also Fierce has more lines drawn for defenders really than for themselves. They have lots of lines on ruins where they expect the attackers to be defenders to be, where they expect them to rotate out and stuff like that. Seems like actually going for a split push here though, so they're going pit. Interesting.
Flogel able to get that post charge reactionary barb there in the castle. They drop it down. Ghetto trying to get those sight lines if he can. The charge is out in pit. A really aggressive play. Ghetto drops back down now. It looks like he's going to try to get up. This whole area is open, so there are sight lines all the way through, both ways through this area right here, between base and jungle. Yep. Kind of awaiting it now, trying to see what's going to happen here. Adaxi and Stars pushing into pit here, actually pushing all the way into base, able to do a little bit of damage and finish off. Tiga and Flogel also going down in castle as the whole north and eastern half of the map is gone. Flogel only hold on to jungle now, and almost no damage done onto any of Fierce. They have access to power, access damage there done onto Marble a little bit there, trying to take those long fights from base all the way into the ruin. A nade comes out though, perfect for Marbles, lands on Ghetto's head and takes him out. Just two players now left for Flogel, trying to see if they can hold on to this point. Tommy trying to see if he can escape while they're just letting it rip on him. Adaxi swings him a little bit, not able to get any damage either direction. Kuko with a knack, they're trying to see if he can do a nade. Amali comes out really well, not able to do enough. Tommy's down, it's just Kuko alone now. The flashes just keep ringing, and they finally take him out. A perfect attack around for Fierce to bring it to 2-1.
What a strong display here. Completely devastating Team Flogel, especially with the long ranges from base. I was a bit worried about that drawbridge being open earlier, but then they managed to close it and was like, okay, what is Fierce's plan to get through there now that they used the door charge on pit? That really surprised me. But their plan was to just go through base and pit, really, taking advantage of the long range angles. And they just took castle, so they have the high ground there. With Marble sitting on top of there, picking I think 2 defenders from there, and that worked great for Fierce, and that brings them ahead to 1. Now we're gonna switch sides. Flog will be on the attack, and we'll be back on the Killhouse map here. Not Killhouse, Factory map here, and we'll see if Flogel can bring it back now with their attack. And
this is where you want to be if you're Flogel, for sure, though. Fierce definitely a worse team on defense. Getting your 6 attacker sets, you got your 1 you need. This is possible that they might not even have to go back onto defense if they can execute here.
That's correct. If they manage to get 6 rounds in a row, the game would be over. That's yeah. I mean, we saw it in the first game. It seemed like Flogel managed to be way better on attack versus Fierce on the defense than the other way around. So the first set of the first game also swung 2-1 in favor of Fierce, with Fierce being on the attack, and then Flogel managed to win a bunch of rounds, even though they were down a man for a few of them. So yeah, there's definitely potential here for Flogel to turn this around, and it seems like they actually want to execute on a split push, which Fierce decided not to do with the breach in office and going through storage. Lots of flashbangs and smokes are drawn on the floor. It seems like Fierce also wants to go for the same defense here with barbed wire and servers, wall bangs from the bomb or from containment, and we'll see if they also will have the mob sitting in storage. That did not work out great for Flogel in the first round. We'll see if with marbles can do that better, or if they actually go for a different strategy. We'll see. It's not. Unfortunately, I wish we could see the pucks. That would actually be a huge addition, in my opinion. Would be nice because
Absolutely.
they're definitely part of the planning for a lot of teams. So that would make sense. Doesn't seem like we have anyone playing storage here. Seems
It's
like is that
interesting. Yeah, they're
marbles?
holding this mop down here, it looks like.
Marbles is on conveyors. Diagra is on dock with the Ingmar behind the forklift. Kaikyu is holding office all on his own, while the Daxi and Stars are trying to defend servers with Stars on the neck here for the wall banks and Adaxi right on it. That's where he likes to be, right? Adaxi is one of those players who really wants to get into the action, I feel. And
Absolutely.
what was that? What's he shooting?
Pre-pistol firing, giving away his position.
I'm not sure what he's shooting though. Is that
He,
tank penetratable?
no, no
No,
way. If it is, maybe he thinks it is. Who
I don't know.
knows? Trying to do a little bit of pistol. Now 3 pushing in here into servers. It looks like the 4th member is down in the office waiting for a late breach as it does come out. Flogel tries to swing a Daxi. He's not able to do it. Tugman gets the refrag on him, though. More swinging. Stars able to do a lot of damage as the flashes are ringing out. The power is out. Ghetto able to finish off Stars there, bring it to a 4v3. Tommy trying to see if he can do damage from this late breach in office. He's able to get some damage, but not able to finish it. Kuko not able to finish off Daya. That could be huge. Tommy and Daya trying to set up this cross, and they do beautifully. Tommy ends up getting both kills on Daya and Kai. It's just marbles left now in this conveyor mob spot. It is a really strong position, but he does not have sightline on the bomb. Tommy now trying to swing the mop. He gets body shotted, but not able to finish him, and Ghetto does finish him off. A good attack there from Flogels. 2-2.
Yeah, it was in servers. It definitely went fairly well for Fierce at the start, with the Daxi trading for one player and Stars getting a lot of damage out. But then Stars got a little bit too close, got flashed out and killed there. And then we just had some nice crossfire from who was it? Kuko. And who
Kuko
was
coming
off
from
his
up here and Tommy over this way. It was beautiful. That was
Tommy,
beautiful.
yeah. That was really well played. Kuko was lighting them up, got them really, really low, and then Tommy finished them off from office with a double kill here. Very well played. And then they also pincered marbles. I mean, if you're 4v1, pinstring is not that hard to do. So, but overall, they played that out very nicely. Picked up the mob now, secured their clacker, still have their saber, I believe. I didn't saw it actually, but I assume there's no reason to drop it. So they
For sure.
will they still have it, I assume.
Yeah, Tommy had it,
Um,
and he stayed alive, so I'm sure they still
I
have it.
think Tommy had the saber actually, the mob actually. So I'm not sure.
Oh,
We will
interesting.
see. We will see. It was Kuko on the saber, so I assume he still had it. I didn't saw him at the end, but
Damn.
that might have just me missing it. Maybe he picked up something else he found more valuable, but I would be surprised by that. The saber is a very strong weapon. I mean, the mob on attack is devastating because it one-shot body shots defenders, but the saber is really strong regardless. And yeah, so now they're going with a strong first round into Odin Jackal. But keep in mind, Fierce managed to win that first map without a charge. So actually, their position is a bit worse than Fierce was at this point. But then again, they know which maps are coming up, so they decided to spread out their breaches or their equipment the way they did. And also 4 members of them survived, so if they wanted to save all night vision goggles, then they could have done that.
Absolutely.
So they probably did, I would assume. It seems like they want to go for another split push here, wall charge into storefront, and then a flank from office through the green door. Oh, actually, potentially thinking about the arcade door, but assume again. Actually, that's probably the same thing that actually did last set, where he was just wall banging through the door. Because while the external walls are ballistic, the doors are not, and thus you can't shoot through them. And that can set up. That makes it harder to hold arcade. Really, is the problem here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I
yeah,
I'd be interested to see attackers bring a shotgun here because you didn't see a shotgun on the attack for Fierce, which was an interesting choice given Teller's existence and the
yeah.
overall small nature of Freezer and Arcade. I was just really surprised not to see one, and it might be a difference maker here. And they did end up losing the round, so it might be a difference maker here if Flogel does bring one.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Let's see. It doesn't look like it. I see a mob actually.
A mop and an AK. Well, if you have an AK, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, that's true. The AK, the KR, is really strong on attack versus defenders because it deals a lot of damage. The defenders only have 100 health, so that's huge. The KR 82U is devastating in attacker hands for sure. So is the mob. So yeah, seems like Kuku
That as
and
well.
Flogel are setting up for the storefront wall charge, while the rest of the team is heading towards office.
I think we might be seeing a peak hole actually over here. I didn't see the wall charge out on any of them.
Right,
And
it's
there
hard
was a door charge. Yeah.
You're right.
There might be a peak hole we're seeing down there. Flogel trying those same wall bangs we saw a Daxi go off on. 3 members for Flogel in the office going this green peak split, it looks like. Kuko trying to wait his time, see if they can back everybody into storefront. Daya now getting pushed here in arcade, and Teakman's able to take him out with relatively little damage done onto him. A good molly comes out there from Adaxi, holding them up in arcade, but this is what they want. It seems like what Flogel's doing is trying to push everybody into storefront to have this late charge come out on this peak hole and really make a difference. As it does go out, the mop is now down. They Molotov the peak hole. That's not exceptional. Trading going on in Tellers now as the Tellers door is now going to be open. Adaxi goes down from Tommy there. Stars with the auto shotty on the flank is able to get Flogel as he continues his push into arcade. But Kai goes down in Freezer, leaving just Stars with the auto shotty in Teller. Stars tries to swing it and he can't do it. Ghetto puts him down easily. Another round for Flogel. That auto shot is just not working like it used to be.
I mean, he got the kill on Flogel, but yeah, it's definitely harder to control now, not dealing too much damage at the moment. There will be some changes coming up very soon, so we'll see how that changes up things. But Ghetto here, really, wow, these flanks. He rushed from office into Teller, taking out marbles. Then he swung through Freezer, taking out Kai Q. Both were not aware of his existence. That was huge. I really liked the late breach there, through like baiting a Molotov. Really, for the most part, I don't think
Absolutely.
did Cuckoo get a kill there. He
I
got a
don't
kill in the
believe
end,
so.
but that was from inside. So,
Correct.
but yeah, I mean, it's a good play. You have the mob. You only need to land a body shot. That should be possible. They were unfortunately not able to force Fierce really into that corner of storefront, or at least managed to avoid it. But just having that angle there was enough to throw off the defender plan, and they managed to swing in there and take them out and securing the round. So yeah, well played. And now I'm really interested where they want to place the torch.
Yeah, this is going to be real fun to see.
I didn't see a good spot on this map. I would like to be surprised. Let's take a look if we can figure it out. Because I mean, if you want to bring the wall charge, you need to go beach and then. No,
Maybe,
I guess they will just.
maybe something like this
That would be insane.
or something like that. Maybe.
That would be
One of those.
insane. I don't see them pulling that off.
Oh, they're smoking in the beach. They're smoking in the beach. If they hold, it's not a bad push though, because if you come into this beach and you can hold this cross in addition to maybe breaching into here or up here, now you're setting up some really dangerous crossfires that you can develop really well, all with relatively small map control.
Seems like that's exactly what they want to do. And like, this is the thing, when they placed the door charge in C-Star, I was like, okay, wait, they place a door charge, so they definitely have a plan for their wall charge. They're not just using their door charge to, well, because we can get away with the door charge. No, wall charge would have been more effective there, but they purposefully or decided to not use it to secure it for this run. So they had this plan in mind before they actually got here.
Absolutely.
And this is a crazy plan. I want to see this play out. This is exciting. If they can pull through with this will be a very strong push if they manage to pull it up.
For sure, if they're able to get that pit control.
Yeah, they need pit. That's the problem. They need
Hmm.
to get from beach into base, which should be doable with enough smokes. But pit will be problematic. We'll see if they
For
can take
sure.
it. If they do, they take power. They get the wall charge. They get multiple angles, like 3 angles at least, into jungle. From base, they could also try to take castle. We will see if that works out for them. That's
Oh, this
definitely
could
not
be.
something Pierce is expecting at all. They don't have anyone in base, anyone in castle, only marbles in pit watching the other door though. All of them are in jungle. They're not expecting this plan whatsoever. And
Only
I
one
feel like
player
if
too.
they're sitting jungle and the attack is coming in from 3 or 4 sides at the same time, this is going to be problematic for Fierce.
Especially this is second level up here. You're gonna be able to see where these guys are over.
Oh,
You're gonna be able to see through right into their bush.
oh, yeah, that's huge.
We
Okay, they're
do
going up
see
the beach.
they're smoking their way into beach. We see two mollies in pit with Dia and marbles with an Legros and a Gruber. Looks like they're trying to see if they can get out of there. Stars watching that really long angle with that Ingmar. Some early wall bangs trying to come out. A little bit of damage is done on the Tommy, nading out that barb there in the pit.
Nope, it's still there.
Oh, it is. The barb didn't
But they have
work.
another grenade though.
They do have both grenades. Oh, a huge molly does tons of damage on the Tommy. And Ghetto. That molly, on the other hand, did work. Or grenade did, sorry. So the barb is gone. That is the only barb in the way of their plan. Now they just have to execute on their flashes and their push here. They should still have mollies. Ooh, Dive's able to get a pick on the Ghetto, though. That's huge. Ghetto is a big fragger. Kuko able to take the refrag on the marbles with that saber, though. The power is out. Dia trying to see if he can play this door a little bit, get some more damage on. He does do a substantial amount of damage on the Tika Man there. Flogel is lit. All of Fierce is relatively high HP. This could be huge. We aren't seeing any of the crosses we talked about before. It's just going to be this wall charge. There comes that flare. Tigaman is down from Addicts over on the bridge. Flogel down from Stars and Ruins to just Tommy and Kuko. Now Tommy now coming around behind on the Ruins. He's able to get down. Kai doesn't know Stars is up there. Kuko goes down in the water. He jumps on a little bit of bomb tickle. It's just Adaxian, Stars, and Tommy. Tommy very, very low HP. Tommy goes and clears the Ruin. He doesn't know he's there. Runs out of time. Adaxi finishes him off. A good concept, not developed enough. 3-3 going into the second half of this one.
The main issue I saw here was it was taking way too long. They took a long time to get into pit, and in the end they had to rush their attack. Like if they would have had more time, they could have split up properly, have someone else going base, coordinate their push through the ruins a little better, maybe even take castle because that was completely as well. But since they took so long to take pit, it just took them too long. I feel maybe what I could have done, but that would have made it even harder to get into pit. So I guess that's why they decided against it. But I could have tried to, like when they see, okay, pit is going to be hard to take, let's in the meantime send 2 people go castle and claim that. But they decided to just use all their firepower to get into pit, and they kind of needed it. So cannot blame them for that. That means, however, Fierce tied this game or tied the first half 3-3 here against them. But Flogel still on the attack, and we will see what they do with now all their equipment back on this Killhouse map, Vulcan Display. Let's take a look. It's a vault map. The vault door shuts or cuts off the line of sight between office and club when it's open. The button for it is in brick house. So yeah, that makes the reception entry fairly valuable because you get into brick house and can access vault from there. It also makes office decently valuable because from there you can split into brick house and vault. And interestingly enough, if the attackers are deciding to eco on this map and go in club through the windows, then the defenders have a good incentive to open the vault door because it cuts off that rotation from club into office. So, but it doesn't seem. Oh no, it seems like this is actually going to be a split push for Flogel here. 2 players going office. That's not a lot. 2 people to push through that office. That's risky. We'll see if they can pull it off. They want to have 3 people in club. Interesting. We'll see if that works out for them. I feel Fierce will lock down this office quite hard. They're setting up wall banks, they're setting up a barbed wire. They really want to hold brick house and office for obvious reasons. And but yeah, maybe if the 2 players in office are just like making a small entry, taking it slow, and then the 3 players from club push in through kitchen and pin to office, maybe that's the plan. We will see. We'll find out. Kuko is bringing the saber here on round 1. Okay,
I
interesting.
anticipate to see this really long cross held, and it's going to be thwarted if they
Oh,
do
hold
open
door.
the door. I think
Yep.
that's what they're thinking here with this extra club hold, is try to hold this cross here.
Mhm.
But if
Yeah,
they
I
end
mean,
up, if it works like that, it's not going to work. They're not going to be able to hold across. And if they breach office, they're going to have to close it. Otherwise, they'll have full access. So that's when that cross is going to become valuable. That's the
yeah, they
moment Kuko
definitely.
with this saber is going to have his chance. They are going to know about this club now. Not if they get impatient and go backstage, though. If they do decide to push this backstage instead, it's not going to work the way they want it to. Flogel now flash ready for Ghetto. The charge comes out. They're pushing in here into office. Some wallbang turn from Marbles. No damage lands. Kai's able to shotgun down on Ghetto and pushes in more. And Axie's able to finish off on Tigerman. Flogel gets the reflag onto Kai, but Axie's able to put him down too. They hold off on that office push, completely thwarting it, only losing one to do so. Tommy is able to pick up a kill onto Daya to bring it back to a 2v3 with the Saber out. But this isn't the best Saber situation. I don't know how much that's really going to help out Kuko and Flogler, but they close it, and that's a mistake as Kuko's able to take down Marbles. 2v2 now. The auto shotty and the Gruber trading. Tommy's able to take him down with the auto shotty. It's just a Daxi with the shotgun left into the bomb. That
Still
auto
enough
shotty,
time, easily. They can do this.
tons of time. They have a grenade too there on Tommy's body, clearing out
They
this
don't know
brick
where
house
he
to
is.
make sure no one's there. They're fairly confident that he's in there.
Oh, Kuko
He
actually.
swings it hard. Kuko now comes in with that late flat of a nade, and he takes it out himself. Not the Daxi. Daxi's untouched, and the Daxi's able to clutch it based on the scuffed nade from Tommy. Oh no!
What a miscommunication! That was horrible. That was
What a
so painful
round
to
of
see. He
ebb and
almost
flow.
clutched it, and then this happened. Wow, that was unfortunate. Oof. Yeah, I mean, that was they definitely did not play this great. They changed up their plan, which I think was good. They decided, wait, actually we need 3 people to push office, and 2 for club should be fine. So that was a good choice. That worked out well. They managed to get into office and saw, oh, vault door is open. Well, actually, probably the people from club called that. So they rushed into vault. Good idea. However, they did not manage to secure their flanks. Tigerman was killed from behind. Ghetto was killed when he just rushed into, like, in the direction of kitchen, rushed south, and did not call out Kaiku there with the shotgun, who then killed Tigerman as well, who was, I think there was also a Daxi coming from north. And then Flogel managed to take one of them, but was overwhelmed in the end, and that really was a 1-for-3 trade. So not a great start, and then almost they clutched it 2v4, but with Tommy and Kuko. But that grenade, without that grenade, it would have been an easy win. I feel, well, not easy. They were pretty low on HP, and the Daxi was full, but still, like. And yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I think that's the biggest point in the end, that was one of the deciding factors, is they didn't knew Adaxi was actually involved. So I think Tommy used the last flashbang to flash out Brick House and take the button, which means they didn't have a flash for Vault. So he decided to frag it, unfortunately killing Kuko with it. And, well, we saw how it played out. So Fierce actually ahead now. Not a great start for Flogel in this half, losing a door charge and a clacker and their saber, and also used a frag grenade. That was a huge loss, really. We will see if they can recover from this on Marshall Talon. Let's take a look. There's a green entry in Toxic, actually. Interesting. It gives access to Office, which Fierce has barbed wired off. There's also the fan on shelving, which gives access to Office as well, over some planks. Then the bomb is covered by Office for the most part. You can also hold it from conveyors, which does with the saber. I assume Marbles will have them up. Yep. Oh no, oh god.
Oh, they've spawned in the server. Marbles and a Dusty Bowl. They can't do anything.
Oh no, this is not good. Oh, this is a mess. I'm not actually sure what the ruling is on this. Can they see out? Because, well, there are some rules that you're not allowed to spawn, like, completely hidden.
I have no idea what the ruling implications are, but that'll be left to our referee, Mr. Donut.
Unfortunately, we were around 8, so this is going to be a little bit tricky.
Flogel now trying to face check this office if he can. They are able to get the power coming out of storage. First flare comes out, first and only flare that the defense has. Adaxi able to kill Flogel from inside the server, that is going to be an issue. That
Yeah,
won't
that's definitely going to
stand.
be an issue.
You taking advantage of that literally impossible to see situation is going to be a major problem.
Oh, they could not get Gato.
They stopped now though as Ghetto goes through and is able to take down Dia. Stars goes down too. They're spraying into those servers because they know it's the only place they have to be. Tommy and Kai trading shots. Kai on the losing side of it, but still alive. Kugo still spraying at this wall, trying to find him. Adaxi does finally go down there. Marbles takes a mop shot, able to finish off Kai there. It's going to be around for Flogel, but the implications of what goes on with that spawn glitch is going to be an issue.
That's unfortunate. I mean, okay, so Daxi getting a kill there is not a problem because they lost a round regardless. The two of them spawning in there, however, is unfortunate for them. So that definitely, like, yeah, I think that lost them the round, really, for the most part. Yeah, Daxi got a kill there, but in the end, Marbles and he were completely cut off from participating in the match for the most part. So that's not good. We'll continue playing for now, but we'll see what the referees have to say about that. We have some rules about this kind of stuff. I'm not quite sure how they apply to this specific situation from the top of my head. But yeah, that you hate to see it. Anyway, for the time being, that means Flogel ties it up to a 4-4. They use a door charge, if I'm not mistaken, so they still have a wall charge. They did not get Marble's mob, so they don't have a sniper. Um, hmm. Well, it depends on the map now, really. It's a C-store, so the wall charge probably be useful.
Absolutely.
They should still have an. Actually, did they go for power round one? I don't think so.
No,
So
that was a
probably
kill
still
house.
have Oh, right, it was the Killhouse map. So yeah, they should still have NVGs.
Ooh, not a good NVG though. This is a weird looking map. I don't know if I've seen this one.
So I mean, it has bomb in storefront. It's a big storefront. It has decent cover actually. Like this is not free win by just wall charge onto bomb, but it's. I think this is actually this might. I don't think it's actually Fritch's room, but it looks a little bit like manually
It does.
replicating the same idea without using a sub room from our level designers here. Definitely some hard cover in storefront, which makes this room a little bit more interesting to play. Power is in storage, which is accessible from Shad. Not easy to take though, but if you take it, you also get Teller. So might be worth it. Might be worth it, but they're probably just gonna go storefront, and I cannot blame them for that, honestly. So yeah,
It's a good
Fierce,
push.
yeah, definitely. And Fierce is expecting the free entry from arcade. Actually, they're having 3 barbed wires dedicated to the arcade push, which surprises me honestly.
It's possible they've miscounted on their clacks or something.
I guess, but they did not do anything crazy. Their door charge first round lost, door charge second round won with 4 players alive. I would be surprised if they actually miscount. That would be a huge mistake. Like that, it was not confusing at all from what I can tell. But who
No,
knows? Maybe
That's
maybe they had some miscommunication and thought, I don't know.
that's
I don't know.
4 barbed wires before the round starts down. None held for reactive, and 3 of them in arcade that aren't going to make
Where's
a
the
lick
fault?
of a difference.
I only count 3
Well,
actually.
one's on bomb right here. That one
Oh,
will
it is
help.
in the bomb. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. The wall charge is out. It's going to be a hard fast take. The molly does not land. The mop shot does hit Flogel. It hurts. The nade gets Ghetto perfectly. The shotgun into Tellers here. Wallbang from Stars not going to do a lot. Flogel trying to see if he can get this Marbles pick. He isn't able to do so, but he does get full Tellers control. Ghetto able to take down Adaxi and Freezers. They have full storefront control here now. All that's left for Fierce are Stars and Marbles and storage and bathroom. Marbles able to get that first mop shot on a Flogel though, as Stars trying to see if he can wallbang. He does do a lot of damage there. Ghetto holding the door, Kuko doing the same. Marbles able to take down Kuko now. That's huge. Ghetto does get the kill onto Stars. The molly comes out. It's not going to be enough. It's the end of the half, so utility here doesn't matter. They're playing for pride. Marbles on these short range mob shots is getting a little stupid at this point. Ghetto does finally finish. Ends up with a 4K for Ghetto there. But the round goes to Flogels 5-4.
I feel Marbles played this actually really nicely. Like he was the high value target. He had the mob and 2 Molotovs sitting in Teller. He got rushed by a shotgun, so he decided, no, let's fall back. And he played that very nicely, I have to say. Taking his shots, falling back, then like pushing again, and well, did not die until the very end. However, Fierce in general, they somehow did not expect that storefront push. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they miscounted. Maybe they thought they brought a wall charge or something. They did not had a good defense set up for that wall charge
Mm-mm.
whatsoever. And where they did not look really surprised by it. They actually immediately threw a Molotov on it, which unfortunately missed. But they really thought there's gonna be a split push or something, and it wasn't. Flogel just rushed into storefront. Really nice smoke and frag usage by them. I think Gatto got the kill with the frag on
Yep,
on Kaiku,
it
I
was
think.
Kaiku. Yeah, it was Kaiku.
Um, that was very well played, and yeah, they executed well and pulled it through, and now they had 5-4. But now Fierce is on the attack again, and they might be able to come back from this. We're back to Vulcan display, and it seems like they're gonna go for a similar strategy as Flogel did with the office club split push. And again, it would be very interesting to keep an eye on that vault door because it cuts off that line of sight. And yeah, we saw some interesting usage of it in the first round on this map, and we will see if that happens again. But for the time being, it looks like Flogel wants to. Well, well, they have barbed wire on office and club and reception, so those are the obvious spots. That makes
Mhm.
sense. Besides that, they have not drawn much. Let's see where they spawn. They have two people in kitchen. Wow, that's a lot. They're actually immediately opening the vault door. They have two in Brick House and one hiding in Vault, actually. That's Ghetto with the
If Ghetto's
KR.
gonna- Yeah, he's probably gonna be playing for these wall bangs onto office here. Knowing Ghetto, that's a really strong spot. I don't actually hate the two in kitchen either, because you have this wall bang, you
Yeah,
can rotate in to help.
they also
Strong.
still have a wire on Flogel. They placed three, but Flogel still has one. I wonder
Would
where he considers using it.
would it
Maybe
be?
in the connection between club and office.
It's reactive. Flogel loves his reactive barbs. He'll play them anywhere after they breach anywhere.
Maybe
There
just
is
so he can counter the frag grenade. That would make
most
sense.
likely in office, especially if you were playing back here, you could really easily drop that and get out and put a good barb without really any risk. It looks like
Fierce actually changed plans. They're going reception.
maybe it was a misclick or something, but they've decided to go reception here. With two players rotating in the club, Marbles, Adaxi, and Kai Q are going to be the first to end here. Tigman trying to get some wallbang damage, not going to do a whole lot, puts a whole mag down range. Smoke comes out into backstage, and Dia and Stars move into club here. Full backstage control, the nade comes out, Flogel's going to get that rebarb, and they're not able to punish him for it. That's huge for Flogel there. There's two KRs in their way, the wallbangs are ringing. Adaxi, the first one to take any major damage from it. Just wallbang central. Ooh, Flogel goes down to Marbles on the wallbang. That's that KR on the ground. That is huge. Some more wallbangs trading out down low, and Kuko goes down to a wallbang as well from Stars. It's just Tommy, Ghetto, and Tigaman left. More wallbangs ringing out here. There's now three players in club. Amari goes off, leaving Tommy on an island, really. Tommy trying to see if he can. Another flash comes out. Tigaman and Ghetto defending the bomb. Tommy does go down to Stars, leaving just Ghetto and Tigaman, hoping they can defend the button here. Oh, they've closed the door now as the door was still open. Ghetto now trying to see what he can do. All of the members of Fierce are lit, but so is Ghetto. They pushed him out of ammo. Marbles and Kai both go down. Might have picked up the ammo from Flogel as well. They push harder. Ghetto's able to get two. It's the 2v2 now as the Dax is able to push the butt, and this super short he's able to do it. They get both of them. Oh, two 1v1s. You couldn't have drawn it up better for a clutch situation there.
Oh, wait, time. Oh, it's enough.
They're going to get it just barely with a second to spare. Oh, man, what a round.
Whoa. Yeah, Ghetto and who was it? Tigaman almost clutching it there in Brick House, but was not quite enough. Fierce really rushing it at the end. That was I didn't realize the time was ticking down so fast already. But yeah, they actually rushed to the button and relied on his teammates to take out the enemies, and then they defused immediately. That was very close though. Fierce bringing it through here. Interesting last second decision to go through reception. Played right into Flogel's hands really, but the wallbangs were definitely on Fierce's side here. Fierce predicting the enemy position perfectly. I think killing two enemies completely blind, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, through the wall.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge. Very, very well played by Fierce. And I want to see Flogel win. not because I want to see them win the match, just because I want to go into the third game. These rounds are amazing and very exciting, and I really hope. Well, I'm okay with a tie in this game because that also means we go in the third game. So please, Flogel, one more round, give it to me. We're going to Marshall Talon. Um, so they use the dodges with Clacker. They still have the Clacker, so they're good to go. They're good to go. They can do whatever really. Um, they're not. They want to go power, I think, in storage. Okay, that could work. Sure, it gives you access to dock and office.
It's a really easy power to get to, and with dark, you only have to literally just take storage. It's a strong push.
Yeah, I agree. It's fairly easy to take. There are some angles you have to worry about. If you smoke dock, you're probably fine. I mean, you could get a repeat from office, but really, you can probably hold that. It's
Yeah,
not
you
too
can
big of a
even
deal.
from outside all the way.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, probably that's probably the play here. They're expecting barbed wire and dock, which makes sense, but it's probably not going to stop them for a long time. And it seems like they might want to do a split push through toxic. They have an arrow day. Maybe they're just worried about an angle from there. Not really. No, doesn't make sense. Not sure. Maybe they want to go there. Do you think there's an angle through that window?
I don't
Probably not useful.
not unless they swing all the way outside the building, but that'd be
Yeah,
pretty
which they really shouldn't. They have no reason to do so. So we will see. Maybe they do. They have like one or two people going toxic, which would it make it easier for them to take office. Seems like Ghetto is waiting with the barb in storage. They're really expecting this the storage play, by the way.
for sure.
And they have their plans. They wait for a breach, want to put down the barbed wire, then have Tommy, Tigerman, and Ghetto holding it. They also have 2 flares and 2 Molotovs there. 2 flares on Tigerman. I would like to see them on Flogel, honestly. Or could go.
It looks like Flogel's also ready for a rebarb on Fan if it were to happen. They love these post clack rebarbs. That is textbook Flogel here.
Yeah, very much so. I would like to see one of the flares on Tommy, honestly. But we see maybe Tigerman plays it very safe and falls back. It's just unusual to have the flares right on the power.
That's a lot of
high power. That's
for sure.
Usually not what you see. But we'll see what the plan is and how to execute it. Slow walk towards the door. Charge is set.
Charge
setting up for window smoke.
Is the barb comes down. Ghetto looks like he gets stuck in it. The molly comes out too, keeping him alive. Ghetto takes over half damage though. Window smoke does not land. The nade is gonna get Ghetto though. That is huge. Ghetto is a crucial member of the team, and the barbed wire basically gives him free entry now. And they're actually picking up a lot of damage onto himself though. Flogel looking like he
threw down his barbed wire in toxic.
You never know. Maybe it's Dia is over there. That's actually a huge late barb there. The flash doesn't go into storage again. Shots ring out. Tons of damage on the marbles, and everyone from Flogel is able to get away. Kai's able to take down Tigaman. Dia now all the way into office. The flash comes out, and Dia's able to take him out. It's a 3v5, but tons of damage on the flow. Oh, I'm sorry. Star gets another kill. Tommy able to get Dia down, though. Tommy able to get Addicts down, too, now. It's a 3v1. Very lit here. This is a winnable situation. Absolutely. Starting to touch the bomb. Only 20 seconds left. Tommy can absolutely do this. They do know he's in the office, though. Surprised Marbles is not getting better cover here. They really are not doing a great job making sure Marbles doesn't get shot square in the back. He can jump out, walk up right here, and just shoot him. And he does it. Oh, he's able to get it off, though. Tommy, not able to stop the defuse from happening. Trying to wait his time too much, get as much time off the clock as he can, and he just too late. Oh, 6-5.
That was rough. Yeah, good play by Fierce. Flogel unfortunately missed a Molotov there. That Molotov would have been huge. He could have hit 3 attackers there. They were all coupled together around the door. If he would have hit that, that would have been huge. But unfortunately, he did hit the railing of the staircase in front of him and basically cut himself off instead. And then got killed from Diagra, who moved through Toxic into office. And Tommy, in the end, that was winnable basically on time. If you could have killed Marbles there and hold them off long enough, it could have worked. But unfortunately, he waited a little bit too long, and now it's getting really close. This is match point, by the way. This is match point for Fierce. If they take this round, they win the match and move on in the next round, and Flogel is out. If Flogel wins this round, then they tie this game, and we see game number 3, and Flogel has to win that to get in overtime. So this is where it comes down on Ozymandias Splinter. and they
Defe-
still have a door charge and 2 clackers, if I'm not mistaken. A wall charge and 2 clackers,
I
actually.
believe that is correct. They did, yes, they have a wall charge and two clackers, only a wall charge. So,
Yeah,
of course, they'll be
perfect
prepared
situation.
for the storefront. There's no good teller wall through a green like there usually is on a C store. So, because this teller is so far away from the green
Mhm.
door, so that's pretty much not a play. So you know they're going to come with the storefront, so you can be ready for that. It's a, it's not the least defendable C store we've ever seen, but it is still C store.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's they're not sure what they do yet. They have marked every entry really except for Shed. I think they're just gonna go storefront though. We will see if
absolutely.
Flogel is better prepared for that push than Fierce was in the in the last set. So it looks like it. They have at least 2 players in storefront, someone in freezer. Do not place like 10 barbed wire in arcade. They're not placing any in storefront either. I assume they're waiting and gonna play reactor. Oh, they don't have many, I guess. They have one in arcade, and then Flogo holds one. That's it. They used too many barbed wires in the previous rounds. This could be problematic for them. They have the
It's
auto
true.
shotgun,
Tommy on
but
the auto
besides
shotgun.
that,
Maybe
they have
Ghetto on a
3
Lego
Molotovs.
wall bangs. Maybe this
They
is
have
going to
two
be a
Molotovs.
really tall order here for Flogel to pull this one out.
It's gonna be rough. I also see a split push apparently. Diagra and Kai are heading towards arcade. Tommy is holding that, but that's not a good range for the auto shotgun.
No, absolutely not.
Maybe Ghetto can stop it.
Wall charge does come out. Flogel gets his barb down. It's really good there on the storefront. That's a great barb wire.
They don't have a
Wall
frag.
bangs there coming from Stars trying to do it. No frag. They're going to have to go through that. That's going to be huge if they can land it. Another Molly comes out, not countering a flash though. Might have been a little early on that Molotov. That's the only one Molotov left, and it's on Flogel. Molly is now out in storefront. Fierce playing the waiting game. Minute 15 still on the clock here, so there's plenty of time. Oh, the sight lines
Ooh.
on Tommy are there. Tons of damage done. The smoke comes out in freezer. Another Molly. That one much better time. Able to take down that smoke and the flash. The flash comes out. Tommy's gonna get taken down in arcade. Another
Ghetto's
flash
in
comes
trouble
out, pushing
actually.
hard. Flogel goes down. Ghetto's in trouble from these crosses. He's not able to take any on the cross there, and Dai's able to get him down. It's not looking good for Flogel. Man rotates into freezer to see if he can make a miracle happen. Kai picks up the auto shotty. Cooper able to get one onto a Daxi.
Oh,
Man able to get one onto Stars, but the auto shotty does tons of damage. Dai ends up getting the kill on Man, and now it's over. It's
that's
over.
match.
Marbles gets the last kill on the Kuko. The game, set, match. Fierce moves on.
Wow. Wow. Very strong attack. Gotta say, like Fierce. Definitely, I'm very, like, look at the summary. Like, they won 5 out of their 6 attack rounds. 5. That's amazing. I mean, Flug got 4 out of their 6 as well, but still, that's crazy. Um, oh yeah, I think both teams played really strong here today. Fierce
For sure.
winning both games, but barely. Honestly, that could have gone the other way in a lot of instances. So that was a very tight match. I loved it. Very exciting. Wow, I'm
For
just a
sure.
little I'm a little sad that we don't get a third game.
A
That's
little bit.
that's
For
my
sure.
only issue with this. Well, not the only. There were some technical difficulties, unfortunately. But I have
Yeah.
a feeling that did not change the outcome of this game too much for the most part.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's just um, the first game. Okay, you did go in favor of Fierce because Tommy disconnect or crashing, but Flogel had another game with their full power, and they could have shown us that they're the stronger team there, and they didn't. And then there was the other issue with 2 Fierce members, Fierce members getting stuck in the servers, and yeah, they lost that round. But in the end, they still won the game and the match. So I feel, yep, some technical issues, but they probably did not change the outcome. Fierce just being the slightly better team, taking it away here, moving to the next round, to the loser bracket finals, and yeah,
I
that was great. What are
I
your
agree
thoughts?
completely. I agree completely. A really, really good game from two very evenly matched teams. Losing a guy in the middle loses you a game in the middle, but loses you a couple rounds in the middle of that first game. But at the end of the day, it's still, it comes down to a couple clutches between teams at this caliber of due process. And this is a perfect example of Fierce might be just a little bit better a team, but over the course of 2 full games, that's a couple rounds. So it was a great match. Congrats to Flogels on a great season. Hoping they're
Absolutely.
ready for their next season. Could be great to see them in season 3 and see what they can do.
I mean, they still can claim they're the fourth best team in due process. Like, and as I said
Absolutely.
earlier, we had a qualifier of 28 teams at the start of the season. We had over 30 teams signing up for a DreamHack tournament mid-season. So being top four is not just like, okay, we're top four out of five. They're top four out of like a lot of teams. They're definitely good. They
Absolutely.
deserve
No,
this
Flogels
spot.
for sure.
And Fierce just being this tiny bit better, apparently. And yeah, moving on here. Speaking of moving on, we're gonna move on with the next matches next weekend. On Saturday, we're gonna play the second round of the winners and the loser brackets, or the winner and loser bracket finals. The winner bracket final will be Mazer versus BTG, and then the loser bracket final will be the loser of that match versus Fierce. And then we'll have the grand finals on Sunday. And I cannot wait. That's going to be amazing. I'm looking
It's gonna
forward
be
to it.
great.
It's going to be great. And then after relegation matches where Rats and Gnomes are fighting for their spots in DPL versus SPG and Momentum. And yeah, and then I always like not mentioning them because they made it through already. But number one rivals team, Rise, don't have to fight anymore. They just get their spot for free because Hyper disbanded.
That's
So they
spot
don't
on.
have to play. But I kind of just want to mention them. So,
No, for sure. Rise definitely a great team. They're going to bring a lot of energy and the first new team we've seen made since season 2 started to make an impact into the DPL. It's going to be really interesting to see what teams like Rise and Gnome and others can provide
well, if
to,
they make it in.
for sure, to an evolving game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, it's going to be exciting. Absolutely. So, yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you, Reviv, for being here with me, casting this amazing, exciting set of matches. Thanks to all the viewers out there. GG to the teams. Well played on both sides, I'd say. And, well, we'll see you next week.
See you guys next week. Thanks so much.